I can't think of many words that are more daunting than the word infinity, because it could be that it could mean almost anything, because everything belongs to infinity and nothing belongs to infinity. It's one of those extraordinary concepts. And that's why we chose it, because we feel very much that children with their clean minds often come at seemingly intractable problems, like the problem of infinity is what philosophers call it. They come at it often with the most fascinating and often very, very interesting and highly developed ideas about what infinity could be. So whilst as a teacher and as adults we would look at it and think, how am I going to do infinity? I would say move through that and get in with the children with the idea. And as soon as you start discussing it with them, all your misgivings will float away, because children get very fired up by the idea. As for precise ways in, you could actually move into it from any aspect of the curriculum. That's another reason why we chose it. Obviously mathematics. You've got the question of zero. Is zero something or is it nothing? Is it a number or is it the absence of number? Is the absence of number a thing or is it something? So how is something nothing? So you come into all these great mathematical and philosophical paradoxes, which children love. And that you saw today, they'll talk about them all day. They're really interested in it and they're not scared by them. So come at it through maths. Come at it through geography. And talk about the vastness of various countries and various continents, the vastness of the oceans. They're huge, but they're finite. What would they have to be if they were infinite? And the title of the project is Infinity Begins with I. And again, that was deliberately done by Madeline to place the child at the centre of the project. Where am I in relation to infinity? And you could approach it through a spiritual and social and moral aspect of where is my place in the infinity, in the universe? Is the universe infinite? How can we know that? We may not be able to see the end of it. That doesn't mean it's infinite. There are all sorts of questions. Come at it through science. Energy. Is energy indestructible? We're told it is. How can that happen? There are just all sorts of ways that you can go in. I think of any part of the curriculum. I cannot think of a subject in the curriculum that you can't approach this through. But I say through because we want to get to the music. Obviously, it's a music project. But just fire them up and go in with your own enthusiasm. If you're a particular specialist at science or a particular geographer or a historian, then use your own thing that fires you up to enthuse the children, and then move in to the musical skills, which you need skills to teach them. But many of the skills to get the children involved are not so much musical skills as pedagogic ones. And a lot of the ideas that we have in the pack and the ideas that you'll see from the videos are things that all good teachers can do, whether they're trained musicians or not. Well, the benefits are huge in this project. It's the most flexible resource. When you first open it, as I did online, and I started scrolling through all the pages, I thought, goodness me, classroom teachers are going to think I'm not going to have the time to read all this and digest it. But please be reassured, it's not meant to be a document that you have to read and memorise and follow minutely. It's very much a dip-in document. If you do have time to read it, that's a good thing. I think it would take you about half an hour. But at that point, once you've read it all through, please don't feel you have to start at page 1 and somehow tick things off. It's meant as a very flexible resource. You may be so inspired already by the idea of infinity and ways that you might be able to do it musically with your children, that you feel, I know what I'm going to do and I'll use it as a guide, but I'm going to go my own way. That's fine. You may want to just look at the warm-up activities, because Madeline Casson has very helpfully put in a lot of very, very helpful warm-up classroom activities, ideal for people who are not particularly used to leading music. You may want to just look at those. They're, I think, page 42, somewhere around there, and there are 3 or 4 pages of them. you may just want ideas on how to fit it into your curriculum, and there are ideas about that. But we really don't want people to be daunted by it. There's a national event in July in Birmingham, which MFY does regularly every year. And there will be an opportunity for every school that registers for this project to take part in some way or another. Possibly practically, certainly observing and being audience members. There are lots of goodies coming your way if you sign up. We want people to network. We want teachers to talk to each other if they haven't done much music before. It would be great if you're in Birmingham to talk to somebody from Manchester and find common ground about how it is to start up your music teaching with your class.